Whisky.com news on the 19th of June 2023. And we have a new wood finishes series, this time at Tomintoul. It's 7 small batch bottlings, and yeah, it's kind of a walk through the warehouses of Tomintoul. All single malts were matured in bourbon casks, and then they got a finish in different casks, I would say. So yeah, different wood finishes, all with 40% ABV. And if you happen to live in the Netherlands, you will find them on Whisky.com in the shop. And then we have big news about building distilleries. This time it's not a new distillery, it's Dalmore, and they're planning to double their production. I actually didn't know the news already for like, I don't know, a year or something, but I had to promise them that I wouldn't tell, and I didn't. So, but this is public news, so I can tell you. They want to double their production, and they want to build a new still house, and that is really the copy of the old still house, as they don't want to change their style. And yeah, I've talked a little bit about them. That is a bit difficult to build something at just right next to the old still house at Dalmore. So yeah, they have quite some land, but it's not easy to fit that in there. And what is really interesting is they are planning their first mash in August 2024. So I guess because there's a short amount of time that they have already planned everything down to the last bolt. Otherwise, if they'd start planning right now, I don't think they could hold that deadline. Yeah. Then we have Beam Suntory in the news with a new blended Scotch whiskey. Yes, Beam Suntory, the Japanese-American company, has a lot of distilleries in Scotland as well. And they're doing a new interpretation of blended Scotch whiskey called Ardray. Yeah, the Ardray is going to be a mixture of Scottish terroir and Japanese craftsmanship. And it's going to be 48 ABV, and we're going to be a blend from lowlands, highlands, and islands. Yeah. The company does have enough distilleries there to really get there and do one of the good blends in there. Hopefully I will get one of these bottles on my cask as well. Then we have Fettercairn in the news, which will be kind of a yearly thing that we're going to have that in the news, because they are bringing out their yearly 18-year-old, which is kind of a yearly release now. It's a finish of cask with 100% Scottish oak, 46.8% ABV, and in the near future it will be available for the people in the Netherlands on Whisky.com. Then we have more news about renewable environmentalism at the Balmenach distillery, and they're planning an upgrade for £4 million, and they want to then become they said even after the modernization, they will become the most sustainable distillery in the Scottish whiskey industry. So yeah, hopefully that works out. But I think that's going to be a tight race for that title, because there are a lot of distilleries out there who do a lot of stuff. Yeah. Then we go a bit up the Speyside to the north coast, of the Highlands, or of the Speyside, with Glenglassaugh, and they have a new look, a new design, and 3 new bottlings that are coming out around this month. Then we have, first of all, nicely, because we have an age statement, the Glenglassaugh 12 years, 45% ABV, the Sand End 50.5% ABV, and the Port Soy 49.1% ABV. All of the new design, and they will be available shortly on Whisky.com for everybody who wants to order from the Netherlands. And then we have the United States, and news from the United States about their whiskey. And the first one is from Woodford Reserve. They have enhanced or enlarged their Masters collection. It's called Woodford Reserve Batch Proof, and actually it's very interesting how they did that, because they have 62% ABV. So probably a bit more in the top layers of the warehouse, as there the ABV is rising. Unfortunately, it's very limited, and you can't get it everywhere. So probably if in the United States you have the best chances of getting one of these bottles that are highly limited and probably also very expensive. Then we have more news from the United States. There's a bit of an innovative whiskey going on from Kamiki Drinks. They are doing the OakPacker, and they are using water harvested from the air. Yes, air has moisture in it, and they kind of harvest that, condense that out of the air, and make really clean water, and then use that water in the process. So it's kind of distilled water, as it you condense it from the air, already evaporated, and then you condense it, means that is kind of an distillation via the atmosphere. And it's an American single malt with 46% ABV. Unfortunately, it will be a US only at the beginning. Maybe we'll get that in the international market later. Then we have a little bit of our news from the from our company, or our parent company. That is Whisky.de is becoming 30 years old. Actually, not Whisky.de, but the company behind Whisky.de, that has been renamed into Whisky.de, but the company was founded 30 years ago on the 15th of June 1993. And we do have a lot of sales in Germany. We don't have that like as a promotion on Whisky.com, but I think if you have quite a look through the our assortment, then you will find these bottlings on Whisky.com as well, and you can order them if you live in the Netherlands. So we became 30, but Suntory became 100 years old. That is quite a big number, and they are really celebrating it a lot with us. They're celebrating it with 4 Jubilee whiskies, the Yamazaki 18 and the 12, and Hakushu 18 and Hakushu 12. And yes, you can buy them on Whisky.com. And so the whole celebration is going to be really, really big. They have their brand ambassador, Keanu Reeves. He is really fond of the Beam Suntory, and they are celebrating it a lot, probably on Times Square and TV and all that kind of stuff. And but there are gonna be hopefully more of these nice bottlings coming out, because usually that's what happens when somebody celebrates their 100-year anniversary. That was it. Thank you very much for watching, and see you in 2 weeks.